And we are live.
We are live, so I'm going to stop looking at t-shirts to buy and start paying attention to the draft. We are in match round 14, and what teams are we casting today, Poppin?
We are casting All Blacks and Hands Up from Division 4.
Now, this is particularly exciting because what was the last match we casted?
It was All Blacks versus EVL Gaming, so we're casting the same team again, and that was exciting.
What happened in that last game?
There was some good play. There was some good play from both teams. All Blacks, I really felt could have won.
Fair to say they were in the lead in both games.
Yes.
Quite near to the end, and both times it was snatched away from them. So they're probably a little bit disappointed with that defeat and keen to come back and get a win under the belt and make their way back up the standings.
Definitely.
I felt a little bit sorry for them at the end of the last match. I think Hands Up well within punching range for them. Obviously, tell us a bit about Hands Up and how it is that you know quite a bit about them.
So I've subbed for them a few times now. I think 2 times, 3 times. I don't know. So I know all of their secrets. So I will keep my mouth shut. I only know a few secrets. Probably not secrets, but probably not much more than you can find out from their profile page.
Fair to say it's a team you know fairly well.
Yeah.
Do you think All Blacks are capable of stealing a win here?
When we saw this game, I was thinking that these two teams should be fairly close overall. I mean, we'll have to wait and see, but I feel like I definitely as you know, sometimes we have a favourite going into these matches. I don't have one here. I think either team could win it.
If you looked at the standings on the Heroes Lounge League at the moment, they would probably look quite far away. But if All Blacks had won that last match, which they were more than capable of doing, they would be both quite close on the league table. So
yeah, definitely.
They're both capable of giving each other a really tough game. So it should be interesting. As I said, I'm kind of wanting All Blacks to get this victory after it being snatched away from them in the last game earlier this week. And also quite keen for Hands Up to do well because seeing you play for them a few times.
Yeah, I mean, we'll have to wait and see if All Blacks have learnt from that other match because it seems like there was a bit of indecisiveness. Maybe not everyone quite on the same page with core calls, and so hopefully they've learnt from that. And I'm going to be keeping an eye out for them being decisive here. If they get an advantage, and I mean they played well. They did take, if they got a team wipe, they did something. They were quite decisive, but I don't know. It was just those core calls they were a bit shaky on, I think.
Yeah, and I mean, after the way they had lost that first game in the last match, where they had gotten to core and then had a team wipe and ended up losing, I can understand why in the second game they were a bit more hesitant. But hopefully they'll get over that and be able to come back strong. Now, when you played for Hands Up in one of the matches, you went auto attack Jaina and then promptly weren't allowed to play Jaina again, as far as I could tell. So
it was never spoken that I couldn't play her again. Nobody said that,
just
but
encouraged to stick to Junkrat.
Sylvanas in the end, but.
Do you think we are going to see any particular map bans coming out? Oh, here we go. The first one has come out.
I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, Sky Temple banned by Hands Up. I wouldn't be surprised to see them. All Blacks have a strong preference for Battlefield of Eternity, and we thought they looked quite strong on it, so I wouldn't be surprised to see that banned out. But again, I don't think Hands Up mind it too much. Yeah, there's nothing too bannable, I would say. Neither team's picked, Braxis or anything like that. There goes the Braxis ban. Hands Up and All Blacks ban Tomb of the Spider Queen. But Infernal Shrines is open. I would expect Hands Up to pick that, and they do.
Yeah,
just as I say.
I was just about to say, I'm really hoping we do see Infernal Shrines because we've seen it banned a lot starting out this season. I think because so many people are confident on it, yeah, people have been banning out the obvious comfort pick map. So I want to see some more Infernal. It's one of my favourite maps. It's probably between that and Towers of Doom. A lot of teams are very comfortable on it. They know the rotations, they know the timings, they have a lot to play around. It's always exciting seeing big pushes with the Punishers. So I think in terms of casting as well, it's quite an exciting one. See some big team wipes.
Yeah.
Oh, we have on the left, quickly moving over to the right, is HandsUp. Got their portrait synergy in.
Yep, absolutely.
And is
Spot
this
on.
a different portrait than I've seen in the past?
It was that for the last match. I was a poor substitute. I didn't change my portrait to match them.
What the frick?
I know.
Well, good thing they haven't got you now. So this is full main roster for them, no subs?
Yep, full roster for them, so...
Yimmick is mine. And do you know if All Blacks are bringing in any subs?
I know there was some talk of the match being moved because All Blacks were struggling to to make this original date, but I've not seen any mention of subs in the match lobby, but we shall see shortly. Let's have a look. Where do we see? Da, da, da. Getting All Blacks in the lobby now.
And they still have their portrait synergy on point.
Just...
All Blacks, as I remember, do also have their synergy on their profile pictures on Heroes Lounge. Don't know if the same can be said for HandsUp.
I don't think that is the case. No. Shame on them. Sorry, I just realised I did the bands the wrong way round. There we go. Right. Sorry, I had the bands wrote down wrong for each team. Mr. Pop is ready as we head into draft. Right. Okay, I'm paying attention. I know what's going on. So, right, betting's open. So, bans. So you'd expect Johanna to be highly contested here, I think, between these two teams.
Yeah.
On this map.
Oh, I don't remember either of these teams particularly favouring Kelfos. But obviously you see him. This is the only map you normally see Kelfos banned out if he is going to be banned. Does anyone play? I think I remember someone playing Kerrigan, don't they? I imagine that.
Might be another team.
I've not got their profiles open at the moment, so.
No Kerrigan play this season, no. But who knows? First. So All Blacks have first pick. They definitely like Johanna, so we might see HandsUp ban that out. So we saw All Blacks play Tassadar in the last match, didn't we? Sure we did.
Yeah.
In the first match, Battlefield, and they had some good success with it, if I recall. But obviously not opting to first pick it themselves. Yes, they did. Yeah, first game. Quick fact check there. Zolban from HandsUp, which makes sense on this map. Good map for double soaking. Then the All Blacks are going to ban out Rhaegar. I know because I was in the match in HandsUp last game. We had a Rhaegar. The other team took boss. We ran to their core. We cast Bloodlust and we won. So.
and that's why you see so much Rhaegar getting banned.
Yes, that's right. I'd expect a Johanna ban here for the final one. Unless they really don't mind playing against it. Oh no, they're Deathwing. I mean, that makes sense.
I don't. I mean, is it? They've played it a couple times, All Blacks, haven't they?
Yeah.
Perhaps would have been my top priority. I perhaps would have been looking at that Greymane that they do favour. There's the Johanna pick as well.
Yeah, that's not too much of a surprise. Snap Jaina Anna from HandsUp. I'm going to be keeping an eye out for that Jaina build.
so that you can return the abuse that you received for picking auto attack.
Yes. It's a really good build, you know it.
Do you think we're going to see Nano Jaina?
You would think so. It is very strong, so it wouldn't surprise me.
It's going to win them those objectives pretty hard. There's the Greymane. So
and the Tyrann that we saw twice the other day.
yeah,
Although
Tyrann done, Greymane follow up.
I will mention that it was Olympia who was playing the Tyrann in the last game, and he appears to be on Johanna this time with Murloc Queen, who wasn't playing the other day on the Tyrann. So,
do you think this might then be a bit of a stronger showing? Perhaps people were off comfort last time.
Yeah,
or
it'll be
do you
interesting
think you're
to see.
expecting a swap now?
I'm sure that when we scrimmed against All Blacks, it was Olympia on the tank, so this might be more comfortable for them here. I guess. But we will have to see. Sylvanas ban from HandsUp. Makes sense. Strong on this map. And the final ban from All Blacks is TC. Fair enough. I mean, there is always a chance that we could see a main tank diva on Infernal Shrines, and I wish Squeaky had just delayed that a little bit for me to say it first, but that's fine. So
is that definitely diva main tank? Myth Saw
yes.
isn't a tank?
No.
Oh my days. Okay.
I mean, I think
what's the logic around it? Is it specifically this map that you go for diva on?
I'm sure it is Infernal Shrines he
Control
picks it
around.
on. So yeah, it's just being annoying, I think. I mean, Mythsaur is usually an off laner, so going for a free front line?
Now, All Blacks have quite a lot of CC, so when that diva mech goes down, she could quite easily get into a bit of trouble. So it's essentially a triple bruiser comp. Potential nano Malfeal as well.
That's true. I mean, Tormented Souls isn't massively popular at the moment, but maybe the nano boost will push him in that direction. So
not even waiting for you to ask, Bobbin.
I have faith. I mean, they played Diva twice this season, won one, lost one.
There is no way I can put my money on a Diva comp.
No
way. It's too upsetting, and I love cheese, but main tank Diva. If this comes through and they win, you're gonna have to let me main tank Ariel some stage. Equally outrageous. Right. I mean, for me, also a major factor is I know All Blacks are on some very comfort picks for them there.
Yeah.
Got Kalfos, who's popular for clearing the shrines. I mean, you've got obviously Nano Boost, Jaina, or Malfeal. It's going to give HandsUp a lot of pressure. You know, when you see that Nano Boost go out, you're going to want to back out and let them obviously let it die down. Same with a Diva Max, so they could potentially zone out All Blacks for a considerable amount of time when the shrine is up. But I just don't think the comps are strong. I mean, I might have to eat my words, but I would not want to be Anna expecting some decent peels from basically Sunder or Earthquake is your only real chance,
Yeah, that makes
or maybe
sense.
and a Ring of Frost. But yeah, I don't think there's enough there to keep that Grey main off her, particularly if Taronda and Imperius are landing their stuns.
Yeah.
So on the left, we have all blacks with Murloc Queen on Taronda, Eldog on Imperius, Olympia on Johanna, Shadow Surge on Greymane, and Dark Pyrox on Kel'Thas.
And on the right hand side we have Hands Up, we have Mifsor on the Malthael, Squeaky on Diva, Caesar on Anna, Nova on Thrall, and blah 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 on Jaina.
I thought you just got bored then.
Yeah.
Now, initially we saw them set up with Diva mid, Thrallbot, and Malthael top. Do you think we might kind of see a three solo laners with Anna and Jaina rotating kind of option, or do you think it's returning to the 4-man?
I would expect returning to the 4-man, but yeah, they've got that option, haven't they? So I'll have to
Yeah,
keep an eye out.
already when I saw that kind of initial movement into the lanes, I thought, okay, this could be quite exciting. That is a bit of a different strategy because the Anna and Jaina, good gank potential, good camps. You know, if you wanted to rotate that way, that could be quite effective. Malthael instead coming down and joining the mid and fight, the fight in mid. Whew, it's been a long day, Poppin.
So on the Jaina talent watch, it appears that he's not going for the best ever talents. He's going for the Globe Quest. Some people would call this meta. I call it
Disappointing.
disappointing, foolish. Following the meta.
Offensive to your own comps.
Yes.
So
both teams picking up their siege camps.
yeah, and doing it in good order. I mean, it was nice to see the Malthael come down and look for the gank. That shows a bit of initiative on HandsUp side. But generally playing pretty safe, pretty sensibly so far from both teams. HandsUp slightly ahead on Soak right now, but obviously no huge deal. Heading towards the first objective, and I think HandsUp are going to go for that bottom siege camp by the looks of it.
Yeah, it looks like it.
Very quickly, but you've got all blacks coming down. Malthael soaking mid, so Malthael could be looking for the double soak while they're doing the camp. And here comes the invading bot. Johanna's on point.
And there's the Diva explosion. Oh,
she's going to get value. Goodbye,
nice.
Greymane. And there goes the camp in their favour, and Johanna goes down as well. Yeah, when that Diva mech comes out, you've got to just go, okay, we'll let them have the camp.
Yeah,
we're not going to take that damage. But to be honest, there was so much going on the point that I think they just didn't notice it at first.
Yeah, I mean, a couple of members of HandsUp were very low. It would have been very tempting for Greymane to try and finish them off at least, but he couldn't quite get to them.
And he was already in his Worgen form, so he didn't have that huge amount of mobility to either dive through it and come out the other side or go back.
And Anton in Twitch chat regretting betting on HandsUp here. Didn't realise it would be a main tank Diva. I have faith.
You can't bet before you see the draft. Or at least until you see the first game and you know it's been an absolute stomp, maybe.
Yeah. So both teams at the objective.
Yeah, that kind of couple of deaths in bot not really slowing down all blacks that much. Went back to soaking. Camps have been cleared. Imperius a little bit slower. The Malthael coming from top, and that camp on top.
Malthael's in a lot of trouble. That's a nice kill from the All Blacks.
They're both pretty neck and neck on the objective as well. So if those three from mid come down, this is going to be a very short fight, and they're going to get a lot of the minions as a result of it. Diva backing out, and yeah, they are now getting those minions as quickly as possible.
The mech's nearly charged. They could make a play here, but it's risky.
Diva's not got her nuke yet. She doesn't get it off. She could be in trouble. She just walks out.
Yeah, all Blacks focusing on the objective there, which is wise, I guess.
Yeah, Malthael going to clear top straight away, so he's going to catch them, well, keep them ahead on soak. Imperius and Kel'Thas going mid quickly. That might be a bit of a waste of the Punisher there. They're only just back to bot and starting to push with it. I suppose if you're the Imperius, your problem is you can't double soak against that Malfeal. Just not going to be able to keep up with him. So instead, he chose to try to slow the Malfeal's rotation and fight him a little bit. Wasn't the worst decision in the world.
I'm going to see some aggression here from HandsUp. We've got a
Yeah,
fully charged D.Va. They're going for the camp invade.
Yeah, as soon as that D.Va's got that bomb, it looks like they just want to make use of it. And
oh, and Jaina gets destroyed on the point.
Deleted. So they get the camp, but lose a death. I'm not sure if it's going to be worth it for them. Depends how All Blacks take advantage of this. Toronto trying to clear the camp very slowly. Imperius is still double soaking against that Malfeal. But here comes the camp invade in return.
Yeah, I mean, Jaina's back now, so it's a bit risky from All Blacks, but if they can take it quick enough, they should be okay.
Hellfoss Greymane to clear the camp is fairly effective. HandsUp know they're there, but they're going to let them get away with it.
So both teams should be at level 10 before the next objective. All Blacks moving to take the bottom siege camp. I think HandsUp know about it, but they're just focusing on getting 10.
HandsUp, by the looks of it, deciding to play a little bit safer when they don't have that D.Va mech explosion. So it looks like they're just going to take the fight whenever they've got that option. I suppose that's the one time D.Va's tanky enough, because obviously she gets double health bars.
Yeah, I mean they've played with D.Va before as main tank. They know how to play it. You need to play to her strengths. You know, she's not the most meta hero, but if you play to her strengths, she can be effective.
Nice stun on the fall, and that's the combo, isn't it? You gravity laps him, you stun him, and Greymane finishes the job. That's all you need. It's nice and simple. There's 2 stuns to land, and if you're a fool and you're rotating alone, I guess you normally think you're fairly tanky and you'll get away with it. But yeah, you don't want to get caught out like that too often, do you?
No.
D.Va's going to be able to zone them here, because when in need, she'll use her explosion, which is going to come out now, and that forces All Blacks to back out. But they lost the tower, they lost most of that fort health, and All Blacks are wanting to stick around to make sure they finish it off. Johanna taking too much damage here, overstaying her welcome.
Ooh, 60 health. She goes down.
Yeah, going down. And Toronto overextending. That water elemental slow, and then obviously the earthquake as well, just making sure the Johanna and then the Toronto don't get out. Sometimes, if your Johanna's minus 40 armor and less than half health, you've got to accept you can't save her. And just let her go and save yourself.
Yeah.
Kelphos choosing to finish off bot. It's not a bad decision while you wait for Toronto to come back.
Yeah, I mean, HandsUp are going to get 13 very soon, so that fort will help All Blacks catch up there.
Yeah, and they can still contest mid, but they've got to be quick getting there. So Imperius has to start to move down. I know you're fighting 12 into the 13, but
D.Va nearly has a mech explosion as well, so that might just help them secure it. It might be difficult for the All Blacks here.
I was going to say nearly, but nearly isn't close enough, but they've allowed her to get it now. Oh, Johanna grouping everyone up. There goes Malfeal, and looks like, even though the Punisher's gone the way of HandsUp, they've traded a kill each. Are HandsUp going to be able to finish off Johanna? It's unlikely, isn't it?
Yeah.
So they'll take this fort, I would imagine. I don't know. She really wants to fight. And she goes down. That Anna just obviously stopping any heals on her. And she popped her iron skin as soon as she went into that fight, so she didn't have an escape as such.
Red team has destroyed a fort.
Okay, so they get the fort. The Punisher's still on half health, but they can't really do too much. They're a bit low, so they're just going to focus on getting camps here.
Yeah, and it's still fairly neck and neck. 1 fort each. Obviously, it's a bit more of an advantage losing your fort in mid, because obviously you rotate through it more often. The objectives, 2 of them are obviously just off mid lane. So it's a bit easier to kind of defend that mid lane. But yeah, fairly even. HandsUp about 2/3 of a level ahead in XP. But again, by the time the next objective spawns, they should still be on the same talent tier. If you're All Blacks, you want to try to make sure you fight before the next talent tier, really.
Definitely.
While you're half a level behind.
Alfie has to be careful here. I think he does
I
spot the
like
team.
this play from All Blacks. They're going to push top. HandsUp are going to push bot. But that gives the advantage to All Blacks, who are going to have the well for the next objective. So they will trade out forts here. Imperius still just trying to, I suppose, match Malfiel's soak a bit. As long as Imperius doesn't get killed, which obviously is a bit of a risk that he gets ganked here if he overstays his welcome. Nah, that's fine. HandsUp getting the camp instead. All Blacks getting the bruisers in top.
So
do you think they're going to...
Well, HandsUp need to do something. They've got double bruisers pushing in top. All Blacks have a siege camp in mid and bot, so
yeah,
you'd expect both teams just to wait for 16, defend those camps.
Yeah, if I'm All Blacks now, I've got to be thinking I need to get as much XP as possible, because you don't want to get to the objective with them on 16 and you still on 15. Ooh, here comes the Johanna engaged, coming around back. That mech is ready to explode though.
There's the bunny hop.
There's the bunny hop.
Big value.
Kel'Thas
is in so much trouble.
A lot of trouble. Yeah. Again, I suppose underestimating those Jaina slows. You get overextended a bit, that water eddy's on you, you just cannot get back without any help.
Yeah. So, HandsUp getting the pre-16 fight they want, well, before the opponents get 16.
HandsUp are going to be going for the well here. They've not got any minions pushing in with them, but with no one defending, that's not a problem at all.
Could see the mech go down here. Oh no, he
gets
knows.
Saved by the amazing Anna heals as well, obviously. Yeah. But I mean, it's disappointing for All Blacks to have obviously lost that wall and well at the top. They still have the fort, so they still have a bit of sanctuary if they need to back up. Well just falls in mid lane to the minion wave, and we are here, 5v5, all making their way to top lane, all ready to decide who gets the next Punisher. Johanna pushes in, Earthquake comes out really early. That Diva mech is about to reach fully charged. Malfiel in trouble, Imperius in trouble from Malfiel, sorry.
Ooh,
the mech's really well positioned here, yeah.
Beautiful mech kill.
Forces the Johanna into the team to die as well. Greymane also falling. That was a really good team fight, really good use of the Diva mech. All Blacks need to be a bit more aware of this. If they know that Diva mech's ready to explode, don't overextend, don't force that fight. The slows from the Earthquake and from the Jaina are just removing their ability to back and get to safety. And as much as you want to push mid lane now, All Blacks, you need to defend that keep. Because if you get that Punisher and you don't have the keep wall and that keeps taking damage, you're having to worry about them not ending the game.
Yeah, I mean, Kel'Thas is quite good at defending in this kind of situation. He's got good poke, he can clear the waves, so you'd want to have him there, I think. But
and they do get that fort in mid, so again, that's a nice chunk of XP for them. It's going to keep them in the game going forward. No forts for either of the teams now. The Punisher 100% goes to HandsUp, and we're going to have to see All Blacks trying to defend. From the way they're posturing, I guess that camp was about to spawn. No?
Yeah,
8 seconds, but they're not.
Trying to steal the sieges, is he, or just?
Just put a bit of pressure on bot. I mean, he's not going to be able to outpush 5 of them. If he can force someone to back and come to him and kind of think about what he's doing, that will help, obviously. Kel'Thas also being fairly slow at getting that camp. I thought Greymane and Kel'Thas were both going to get the camp together.
Yeah. Johanna
by
tries.
the time, Malfiel has backed, but by the time Greymane and Kel'Thas get there, their keep's on half health. So they're definitely not saving the keep. They have forced Malfiel to back, which removes the option for HandsUp to end. Punisher about to jump any second now, so we'll see if there's any follow-up.
Yeah, that was nicely done by HandsUp. I think ending then would have been a stretch, so they got the keep, nobody died. They're going to hit level 20 first, they got about a level and a quarter lead, so
I'm just trying to think what value Kel'Thas and Greymane really got from that. They forced the Malthael to back, which definitely removed that option to end,
Yeah, well,
Blue team's
but
turret
it
is
guaranteed
under
that they
attack.
lost the keep.
yeah, we might see some aggression from the All Blacks here, trying to take a fight before their opponents hit 20. They're definitely posturing as though they are interested. Maybe just waiting for one member to step out
They're
on
going to
the
be too
side of the red
slow, and
team.
fairly soon they're going to have to look to clear top lane as well.
Yeah,
So yeah, I think this camp and then obviously getting back to safety and thinking about a bit more passive soaking, trying to deny the fight now that you're level 18 versus level 20.
yeah, hands
It's
up.
going to be the smart choice. Don't
Yeah.
get caught out here. You do not want this fight.
Oh, Greymane's backed, so it's a 5v4.
There's the slows on Charonda. She gets saved by the Blessed Shield, but Imperious is going to die.
Kel'Thas
And
is going to go down as
Kel'Thas then
well.
not getting out either because of the Water Elemental turned onto the Kel'Thas. So
Big slows on Tyrande, and she's in a lot of trouble.
again, they fighting where they've got nowhere to retreat to. They know that they're going to get zoned out by that Diva explosion and the earthquake, and then they're going to be on this very slow retreat where it's all just trying to peel constantly for whoever the HandsUp team is trying to slow. And here comes the core attempt. They have 20 seconds before Imperious is back, 5v2.
They've got no minions, so they will be taking quite a bit of damage, but
Yeah, I think they're certainly going to do a bit of core damage. I don't know if they're going to be able to end it.
I think they will, yeah, as long as they don't
There's the
lose
Diva
anyone.
back, and that it's GG.
Yeah, very nicely played.
Nicely played.
Don't
Yeah.
you wish you believed in the Diva now?
It was very good use of the Diva, good choice on when to engage and when not to engage. At the same time, I think All Blacks. I do think that like they're lucky to get away with that comp. I don't know if All Blacks controlled the engages better and chose when to take the fight to hands up rather than letting hands up take it when they have the mech.
Yeah.
And also where on the map to take the fights, i.e. when you're not level 18 versus level 20 and you're not halfway down bottom lane with nowhere to back up to. It could have gone in their favour. I think they just need to be a bit more careful about what fights to take.
Yeah, I agree with that.
But yeah, I mean, Diva main tank. If you get away with it, they've won 2 games with it so far this season.
That's right, so
Keep it coming. And do you know what? If you can get enough wins with it that other teams just go, oh, it's Infernal Shrines, do I need to think about banning Diva? Then, hey, you've got one up in the draft there, don't you?
Definitely. I mean, it's a strange hero to play against. You don't see her that often, so yeah, she is one of those heroes you think it's probably worth just banning. I would have been thinking about it if we were playing against them now. So, All Blacks have opted for first pick.
Kai Spot in chat saying Squeaky won't be able to sleep all night when he listens to this.
Best Diva EU.
Whoa,
Or in the world, maybe. Better than your mech.
I was thinking better than Linux, but okay.
I don't know. I mean, Squeaky, he didn't die that game. His mech went down once, I think, but...
So this means if we ever need a sub, and we want to do something very out there, we just get Squeaky as a sub and play a Diva comp.
Exactly.
Excellent. Right, on to match 2. Is there going to be a break before it?
Nobody's said anything yet. Hands up, just having a think about which map they want to take us to. So we could see Towers of Doom here, I guess. They've also picked up Volskaya. So I don't, as far as I'm aware, they don't like Volskaya because that's a map we lost on last week. And then they kept saying, they said something about we always lose it on the bottom objective, which happens to us as well, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's those treadmills.
Yeah.
You're obviously at that stage, you're so overextended if your fault's not there as well.
Yeah.
Very easy for things to go wrong. Also, by that stage, quite often one team will have several items and the other team
Yes.
often won't. So trying to bait out a fight when to get them to use their items and then back to safety. Let's take 2 minutes, please, Olympia says.
Yeah, so
Fine by me. I'm going to grab some water quickly and mourn the loss of my points during the last game.
okay.
Back a sec.
Rightio. So yeah, I think we might see Towers of Doom come out from Hands Up here. Let's have a look. Yeah, they picked it once this season and they lost, but I don't know. We'll see. They have won the one Dragonshire. Dragonshire and Tomb of the Spider Queen have been panned out against them. Which are the two maps they've got 100% win rate on, both with one game. I don't know. Hard to say what they'll pick. Maybe they will go for the Volskaya.
Here we go.
Hi.
Hello. So, yeah, no signs of any map.
Yeah, I was just trying to think of what they could go for, and it would surprise me if it wasn't one of those two. Or maybe they're feeling confident on Battlefield of Eternity and they don't care about All Blacks being very comfortable on it.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes if you know that like it's a map that you have the macro down, even if that other team is going to try to come at you with a comp that they're comfortable with, if your comp's fairly flexible or you've got a few things in there that can be responsive to whatever they pick, then you can just kind of let it go through and then try to counter what they're doing and still get away with your strategy. Do Hands Up tend to play big, like 5-man wombo combo type things, or do they tend to come into a draft fairly flexible?
Fairly flexible. I know they've been working on blow up comps at some point or another. We could see something along those lines. And then sometimes they play Diva, you know. Just one of those, isn't it?
Yeah.
Ready?
I'm just looking at the maps that are left. Do you know what? They're pretty much all of my favourite maps left.
Yeah.
Except for Infernal Shrines. Everything that I'm not a fan of is not there. So yeah, could be any of them. All quite good team fighting maps as well.
That's
They're
true.
all fighting generally,
don't-
like away from lane, fighting over an objective without kind of minions around.
Yeah, the only one I've kind of forgot about when I was thinking of the maps there is Cursed Hollow. I wouldn't expect either team to take it, but you never know. If you take me by surprise, you know, you might take the other team by surprise.
I just want to say, for Squeaky's sake, 100% Poppin that didn't believe in Diva. I was fully behind it from the start.
I called it the second he was picking it. I believed. I said we could well see him, and then he picked it, and then I bet on them because I had full faith.
And your faith was well rewarded.
Right.
Dropped some plates.
Okay.
Squeaky has an over in his household. I have an over in my household as well.
I don't think Nova is his household. I mean, I could be wrong. He's on the team. Yeah, this is a roster player rather than a dog like it is for you.
Oh, he has a Nova in his team.
Yeah.
That makes more sense.
Remember that team we cast on the 28th of May 2020? Hands Up. Yeah, they had a player called Nova.
I mean, you read out their names, and I largely ignore you when you do that. And I start thinking about what I'm going to say next. I was going to say, it's like, what are the odds? Was Nova that excited at their win that it was just like, yeah, throw the plates across the room?
Possibly, I don't know. If there's a winners interview, you'll have to ask. But we shall see. It's 1-0 to HandsUp at the moment, so, and they do have map pick.
Towers of Doom.
Yeah.
Yes!
Yeah.
They've picked my 2 favourite maps.
So I'm not gonna. There was a certain hero picked by them in their last game on Towers of Doom. I mean, it's not a spoiler because it's available on the Heroes Lounge website. Small and green. This hero.
Is it not the one that presses R and wins? It's the one that annoys teams by running around the map and doing annoying little things.
You are correct. Yes. Hold on. I'm trying.
Yes.
Presses R and wins.
There you go.
Ah, okay. Yeah.
Green.
Yeah, that's true. So yeah, we'll have to wait and see. But they could go for that again.
I do love some cheese.
Now in that game, they did get a free win because the other team picked a band Tracer Talent.
Well, that doesn't count.
But they seemed.
Which, can I just say, I completely cannot blame HandsUp for taking that win. But as someone who was watching that match, I was so disappointed that it ended.
You were enjoying it too much.
Such a close match. And to have it end because someone picks a band talents, I mean, moral of the story is pay attention to what is banned. I still can't go crowd surfer, and I know it.
Yeah.
It seems like Blizzard will never fix that bug.
Someday.
I mean, I don't know what's wrong with just allowing ETCs to get mosh pits off without anyone seeing the animation.
I mean, nobody sees Deathmosh coming, or we don't anyway. You know, same thing, right?
We definitely don't. Top secret, if you ever want to be AFK for Coco, death metal. We'll all just walk into it.
Every time.
I think it's because we're so coordinated on our shot calling in the fight that we're always all focusing the same target, and therefore when we kill the ETC, it's GG.
Yep. Right, so everybody's in the lobby now. Hopefully the teams are ready to get into the draft.
Ready.
All Blacks are ready. We are ready. Nova's still AFK. These plates are causing massive issues.
How many plates did she have at her desk? That's the real question. He. I presume it's a gal because it's Nova.
I don't think it is. Sorry.
Is it?
I think it is. I mean, it's hard to tell. It's 2020. You never know.
Never know. Ready, Poppin? Ready. Let us go. We swap over, do the nice transition on Twitch, over to the draft. Yeah. Goodbye, Gnome Hat.
Goodbye, Hat. So, first pick again to the All Blacks. Any respect bans here, do you think? I mean, we're not going to see a Diva respect ban, are we? Not on this map.
But this is I mean, it's possible, right?
It is. Anything's possible.
Diva bomb zoning.
Yeah.
I mean, you normally look towards kind of like global and or like CC chain heroes that are fighting around the objectives.
Yeah, and double soaking off lane, and so yeah, we shall see. Be interesting to see if All Blacks going to prioritise the Johanna again with their first pick. I'm not sure.
She's not bad on this map because she's the best tank in the game, but it's not the most exciting map to play her on that.
Yeah, respect ban from the All Blacks, banning out the Jaina. I mean, if you look at the work that he did on the Jaina, picking an inferior build, if he'd have gone for auto attack Jaina, he would have carried.
Absolutely cleaned
he could
up.
have 1v5'd. Yeah.
But hey, he went for a boring meta build, you know.
Yeah.
But whoever he was focusing was the person that died, and he was able to just chase down
Yep.
All Blacks one at a time. So yeah, you don't want to come up against it.
No, definitely not.
Now, one of these teams, All Blacks, play a bit of Deathwing. I would suggest possibly this is a map to ban Deathwing on.
Yeah,
But
I
we'll have to see.
could see that. I mean, we might just see HandsUp ban it again here. That's what they banned last time, along with the Zul, so... See the Rhaegar ban as well, of course.
I mean, the Grey Mane, which is perhaps the respect ban you'll look at, I don't know how threatened they were by it. That's a Johanna.
Okay, so maybe HandsUp not thinking that their opponents will go Deathwing on this, so they are taking away that strong front line. And All Blacks take away the Anna.
I mean, the thing is, Johanna's like an obvious ban, but if you're thinking about taking something auto-attacky, like a Jimmy,
Yeah,
then sometimes that's a ban you can get away with without necessarily revealing your strategy.
that's true.
Johanna's also very good against ETC, so that might be the reason they wanted to get some washes off. They
Yeah,
picked the Li Ming, which is often a counter to ETC. So
yeah, and it's a good denial against the Anna as well.
Yeah,
so be good synergy there. So what main tank do you think All Black should be looking at here?
Blaze.
Most teams don't play him though as a main tank.
Most teams
Varian,
are more
okay. Risky against an ETC Ming,
a very low cooldown, and you can get it off when the mosh is done if you're still close enough. So it could be an interrupt to mosh. It's a low cooldown. It gives a lot of follow up for that Tassadar. If you're looking, taunt Tassadar blow up, we could still see them pick up this Grey Mane then as an extra follow up.
Yeah.
You get to start snowballing at level 4. You can play really aggressive, and then if later on in the game, hopefully you're so far ahead that you can kind of be a bit more relaxed and get away with a few indecisions or macro mistakes because you've played that aggressive early game.
Yeah.
Also, taunt into Sleeping Dart. Painful.
That could be nice. I think I don't like varying into ETC Ming, but if you stay on the front foot, if you kind of go for that ETC rather than letting him get you, then...
No. Also, don't forget, his deflect is very good against Li Ming, obviously at level 10, where you can just ignore the damage that protects. Because you see that damage coming, as a variant, you just go, yep, no thank you, I'll absorb that every time you throw it at me.
An Anduin ban, which makes sense if you're going for a taunt variant. And the Malfurion Falstad.
Got your global value there. I mean, power slide into roots. That's painful. There's the Grey Mane, as expected. Single target blow up clump. Let's go. And then a good double soaker, maybe a Leoric. You're not going to get much Entomb value there.
No. Malfield's still open. Blaze? Okay.
Blaze. Yes! Oh, I like that comp.
That is quite nice.
That's like a comp we would play.
Yeah, it's not far off, to be fair. Are we going to see the magical last pick?
What are you expecting? The Murky? No, surely not. Not against a Grey Mane and a Tassadar.
They're taking the time. They're taking the time. They're having to think about it.
Oh,
there it is.
Days.
Murky! Hooray!
I mean, so you have Blaze on the solo lane.
Yep.
Taunt Varian as main tank. The Blaze isn't really going to fuck with the Murky much.
No,
I'm not going to lie. So you need to be getting Grey Mane or someone just ganking the Murky ever so often. Here's the risk. The taunt goes out.
Yep.
Power slide then goes over the Varian and possibly Grey Mane if he jumps in and the roots go down. The roots take up quite a lot of space in these choke points around the objectives as well. So we could potentially see a couple people dying every time. Oh, I
Yeah,
don't know.
it can be. It'll be hard for Malfurion to keep ETC alive if they're not careful.
You've already bet. You're a monster.
The Murky
Prepare
was
yourself
picked,
for
and
battle.
I made the bet. It's as simple as that.
Do you know what? Okay. We normally say put your money on based off the draft,
Mhm.
not off knowledge of the teams or how the previous match has gone. Based purely off the draft,
Uh-huh.
I think All Black should win.
Okay.
They've got so much kill potential there.
10 seconds.
Now, we know that HandsUp has good macro
5,
decisions,
4, 3,
and
2,
that is going to favour a Murky
1.
comp. We play
Well,
Murky. We know
Yeah.
how it goes. So on the left, we have All Blacks with Murloc Queen playing Anna, L-Dog playing Blaze, Dark Pyrox playing Greymane, Olympia playing Varian, and Shadow Surge playing Tassadar.
And on the red side, we have HandsUp, we have Squeaky on ETC, blah 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 on Li Ming, Caesar on Malfurion, Nova on Falstad, and Mifsor on Murky.
And we see the power side route come out straight away on the Varian, and the Varian gets away, and actually ETC did end up taking a lot of damage. The Force Wall went out as a counter to that. So power side went out, Force Wall went down.
Yeah.
It's going to be a case of who can they kill the ETC faster than HandsUp can kill the Varian. There's some more ETC damage. He gets out. Greymane jumps into the route. We're going to see a lot of that. We're going to see Greymane and Varian in routes for the entirety of this game.
Yes.
And they need to be making sure that ETC dies before they get rooted and before the counter damage comes out from that experience Ming there.
So we've got 2 bribes on the side of HandsUp. Falstad going for a bribe as well as Murky, so we'll see that start to take effect, sort of.
And that's a
During the
pretty,
second round.
I don't know how to call it other than toxic strategy there. You're going to be able to just constantly be bribing camps. You're going to get a lot of pressure on the forts as a result of that. Like I said, realistically, this Blaze isn't going to be able to put a lot of pressure on that Murky. I would probably be thinking that if there's not a kill potential on in this 4-man, just get that Greymane up, farm some Murky kills, make sure you get some XP lead that way. Varian in trouble, root goes out on him, and a grenade stops the ETC healing, and Greymane instantly jumps on him, but he's able to get out.
Here comes Falstad, they might be looking to re-engage here, putting some damage out on the Varian, and he goes down.
And
Very
Varian
nicely
gets
done.
deleted. Until he has that level 10 protect, that Li Ming is a big threat to him.
Yeah. HandsUp haven't
and
got their camp yet. I know they've got two bribe heroes, but I'm surprised to not see them pick it up just yet.
Yeah, I mean, Murky struggles to get camps at this stage of the game by himself. And I suppose Falstad's not great at it.
Yeah, I think he's been focusing on the stacks as well, so.
That's a bit of trouble. Deeming missing her orb, luckily for Tassadar, and hitting the Anna the second time. Here comes Varian with the taunt. This is where, I mean, between level 4 and level 10, this is where you need to get the value of this comp. If they don't start getting picks and start getting kills now, they're going to struggle late game.
Yeah. So when they played this in the last game, they sort of fell behind objective-wise with the Murky.
Force Wall, followed up by Taunt, followed up by Greymane. So a lot of damage went out on that ETC. He is able to save himself again, but that's forced him out of the fight. They need to zone this Li Ming out so they can channel. Greymane going going mid to soak rather than channeling. They could have gotten those mid towers, and they took a little bit longer than necessary. Greymane coming back down, still leaving Blaze to deal with Murky. Go on, Greymane. I thought once he cleared mid, should have just gone straight up and tried to kill a Murky.
Yeah.
Again, it's just XP. You can just farm that XP off the Murky if you got the burst damage like that.
Yeah. So as I was saying, like when they played this last time, they sort of fell behind objective-wise, and then as the game went on, they got the Murky value. They sort of had a level lead, and they were starting to look on top. So we might see a similar thing happen here.
Got a camp invade at bot. They must have seen the rotation to top.
Yeah, they've seen the top can't be captured, so they're going to secure this here.
Tassos are scoping it out, but he's susceptible to CC and he is very squishy, so do not die, Tassos.
So Tassadar cleaning up that camp, which means that HandsUp can push this camp down bot and get some damage onto the towers. Varian's coming in here.
Not taunting the Li Ming because he had no follow-up. He could taunt the ETC here. There's the force wall. More damage out on the ETC. Greymane holding off on jumping in that time. We're hoping to bait out the roots, I guess. And here's going to be more CC on Malfurion. Greymane's chasing that down. He's not going to want that Malfurion to get out alive. But yeah, the orb puts him off chasing any further.
Yeah.
So they do get the kill. They've got a momentary advantage. Murky's been pushing top lane and has gotten them half a level XP lead. Blaze goes up and starts soaking. Greymane's tidying mid. And we are gathering back up for 4 men in mid. Possibly looking for a taunt here, Varian. And HandsUp doing the sensible thing and staying quite passive in the lanes. Not giving that Varian the opportunity to get a pick.
Yep, like you mentioned, levels 4 to 10 the strong point when you have a taunt variant, so they're going to look to be aggressive here.
Yes. That's
ETC would be lucky to get out of this alive, and he looks like he will.
Yes. They're going to be able to get Murky here at least. That gives them a... They're not got Murky. They're choosing to try to channel this. It's not going to work as long as all of HandsUp are alive and poking in on it, especially with a Li Ming.
Falstad is sneaking around to steal their objective. He might be in trouble here, but does Anna have the sleep art?
She's got it. She's
got
got it. Grenade. But she's going back to the fight. I mean, they have to deal with this Falstad.
Ooh, Varian isolated. Anna going
Varian
back.
Not getting the message from the rest of the team that they had problems in their back line. And now HandsUp position to invade.
They've got level 10.
Very split here as well. They've got Blaze at top, Greymane mid. Greymane now trying to steal back.
Very
that
brave.
Falstad is going to be on him. ETC power side of Malfurion roots. He's going to struggle to get out. Yeah, he's in trouble. And that's how you deal with someone trying to steal your tower. You go with a bit of CC and you blow them up.
Octograb on the Tassadar. A lot of damage going out. Anna's trying her best to keep him alive, but she can't quite do it.
Quite frankly, I'm just surprised Tassadar stayed alive that long after the Octograb went out. It's going to be a death sentence every time if the team isn't there to save him. And there's the bribes. More pressure in bot. These sappers are going to get this tower very quickly. If they keep getting 6 sappers every time, they are never going to have a tower in bot lane.
Yeah. I mean, going Octograb against the Nana can be a bit risky. Once she has Cleanse at level 13, she can get rid of that Octograb pretty much every time, unless it's on herself, of course.
Counter synergy. The Gus saving the Varian a bit. But the sappers go in. That tower's on half health now. Here comes the next 3 sappers. They need to clear this out before they come in. Blaze is coming down and looking for the back line. So, come on. Bit of aggression from All Blacks here. Blaze misses the stun. And he's going straight back up to soak. So, missed opportunity there. Perhaps a bit of miscommunication. Blaze looking obviously for the aggressive invade. And the rest of the team looking a bit more passive and not really looking to push in.
Falstad's pushing in mid, getting a tower.
Yeah, just looking at this 4-man in bot, they're not really in a position to push because they haven't got much of a minion wave. So, yeah, they need to be looking at value elsewhere rather than trying to push bot lane right now.
So, Murky, I think he bribed the camp, did he, or did he capture it himself?
They bribed the other camp, so I think he must have captured that one.
Right.
This is the stage where it starts to get a little bit more difficult as Varian as well. Other teams level 13, so you're fighting up a talent tier. You're going to start to find yourself fairly squishy in these fights. They want to look for a big hit.
Nice smash on Greymane and Varian. Does get interrupted, but Greymane's in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, Archon comes out big against it. Octograb. The roots are out on Blaze and Varian. Varian's not going to get out. And Tassadar also starting to get a bit of pressure on him. L-Dog trying to CC the team, but bottom tower gets captured. Blaze is moving back up. He's not going to be able to defend mid by himself. So that's going to be 2 towers there going in the favour of Hands Up. It was a good mosh. It got interrupted, but it was enough for a fairly split All Blacks team to essentially lose the initiative in the fight.
Yeah. So Hands Up get both objectives there, and they're about to get bot fort, so perhaps not the best timing to finish it off. I mean, you were talking the other day, not giving away our strats or anything, but the importance of sort of edging forts on this map.
Yeah, timing when you get those bottom forts. They've got it now, but there's the sappers that All Blacks can get to try to get it back.
Yeah,
they've got
Grey
same talent
Main.
here. Yeah, they're going to be able to get it back. Obviously, if you use that advantage to get value elsewhere on the map, that's great.
Yep.
But in this sort of situation, actually, you get a tower, you instantly lose it, and then you need to do a whole load of hard work to get it back.
Yeah. It's nearly going down. They've just about kept it alive, but that Tassadar poke is getting it low.
Tassadar and the Leeming orbs, and Tassadar lucky to get away with all that damage because that came out, but so is Varian. And we did initially say it as well. It's going to be a race between who can kill who the fastest on the Varian and the ETC, because as soon as that ETC gets taunted, it's can they kill him before that force wall disappears normally.
Yeah. Hands Up take the camp, which will push it now. All Blacks will hope to get this fort back before this objective spawns.
I'm a little surprised that Tassadar went mid then. You really want to make sure you get that bottom fort back, and Tassadar can't chase a kill on a force dad who can just barrel all over the force wall anyway.
So that fort should go down any second now, which will allow All Blacks to push ahead towards this objective. They do have to defend these sappers as well.
Yeah, Blaze needs to come down. They need a bit of aggression. As it is, Tassadar's overextended with no help right now. And there goes the towers very quickly. Too slow to respond and too slow to push through as soon as that fort died. I know you had the sappers there, but I think you maybe could have ignored them.
Yeah.
I know you're fighting against level 16 as well. The thing is, a Murky's always going to want to kind of double soak and to keep a player on your team busy. And at a certain stage, you need to go, right, now's the time to leave that Murky, go to the fight, make it quick and decisive so I can get back to lane and back to dealing with the Murky. But Blaze needs to look for that value there where he can just leave lane, join the fight, make that fight decisive because you've got a 5v4, and then go back to lanes. And we're not seeing that at the moment. We're seeing him still have to just
All Blacks are about to hit 16, so they could see him rotate down. Varian nearly goes down, but the same can be said of ETC.
Yeah, again, that Gus kind of saving Varian, I think. But then understandable because it potentially saved the ETC. It's so close between those two every time there is an engage. That camp absolutely disappearing to Tassadar.
Murky might have been looking to bribe it there, but All Blacks picking it up nice and quickly.
Still on 130 stacks on his damage, so it's got a bit of a way to go. There's been quite a lot of fighting in this match, so it could potentially have been higher. Damage there, Greymane. Look at this indecision as well. Tassadar and Greymane kind of circling around, wanting to go top, and I think it took a while for them to sway the rest of the team to follow.
Yep. So
they're looking to kill the Murky, invade top, try to get 2 up there rather than contesting bot.
looks like they might be able to do it as well.
Leeming just body block that orb. There we go.
Yep.
And they get away with it. So nice.
Yeah, it was a good play.
You could definitely see the arguments going on between the team there of Tassadar and Greymane shouting to go to top.
Yeah.
Good decision. It pays off. Now get down there and get a gank on that full stat. If the taunt lands, he could. I mean, he'll be dead very quickly.
He has got Ghost, but will it be enough? That's good timing.
That's good timing.
Yeah, it's very easy to mess up the Ghost in that kind of situation, but that was nicely done.
Yeah, it was almost very lucky to get all 3 of them because they were quite spaced out. It was just wide enough to secure that.
Yeah.
They've got vision of this, and they're coming in. Li Ming around the side could be very deadly to Tassadar Ana. Varian, you're overextended here. The roots have you in trouble, and your backline is exposed. Mosh only landing on one. Greymane needs to dive on the ETC to get out.
ETC goes
Get
down.
the ETC kill. Varian in a bit of trouble, but that Li Ming Calamity not able to do any damage because he had his protect up.
Here comes the
Li Ming
Blaze.
manages to get out. They get the camp, and that was Blaze turning up at the right time. Unfortunate to lose top fort, but they can take bottom back now with a bit of aggression. And that would get them some value. Instead, they're going back up and they're going to try to re-get their top fort, I guess. I would have thought they would have pushed bot as 5 with the ETC dead.
Looks like they're going for boss, actually. So the fight was really well taken by All Blacks. They knew their opponent was going to get level 20 soon, so they took the fight. They won it, they got the camp.
They're going to get the boss quick enough now and be able to get to the objective. They've got 14 seconds to get another kill. That's what they need to look for, and they're back in the game if that happens.
Yeah.
He doesn't have stage dive. Come on, aggression.
I mean, HandsUp don't have a front line now because they've gone for the Murky. They don't have, you know, a big bruiser to... Okay, they are the talent tier down, so they are just letting their opponent take the objective, which is fair enough. It's the safe move, isn't it?
I suppose it's a tough decision. The other team's 20, but you've got a kill. So it's like, do we fight 5v4 even though we're a man up? Even though they've got the 20? I would have taken the fight. I would have thought that's worth it. Even though they've got the talent tier advantage, without that ETC, we can just run over them.
Yeah.
Now it's a bit more difficult to defend because you're 5v5 again. Blaze is chasing Murky in circles, and you are looking for an unfavourable fighting bot.
So keep an eye out. ETC's gone for Bolt of the Storm, so we could see him sort of bolt into the backline and go for the Mosh on Ana, who's been interrupting his mosh bits. Oh, he might have been going for it there, but didn't quite get it off.
But doesn't need it as the Tassadar comes under a lot of pressure. Archon comes out, there's the Octo grab, and no pressure on the Murky. Tassadar dies, good wind tunnel, secures the next 2 kills. Meanwhile, Blaze is to recapture top. I mean, the Murky turned up at the fight. The Blaze should have definitely turned up at the fight.
Yeah, so we're going to see all of them captured.
All 3, and I mean, this has to be GG, surely.
Yeah, Blaze is going to struggle to... He should get this back just in time, maybe?
I mean, it's a painful thing trying to push structures as a Blaze. I know it. I do it a lot. You're good at wave clear, you're good at double soaking and stuff like that, but actually in terms of putting pressure on those structures, unless you've got the minions, you're not doing much damage to it.
Yeah.
And we've had 3 shots come through.
So
there's the 4th.
Unless one of the All Blacks develops a global, it's GG and 2-0 to HandsUp.
GG. Well played. Cool. So we will be asking for a captain's interview as normal. Favorite part of any of the matches? Have a quick word with the captain. Proximo in chat. Hi, Proxy.
Hi, Proxy. Whoever you are. Right. Wiki for an interview. I'm sure you have plenty of questions.
Oh, as all. I mean, less questions and more just idle chitter chatter, you know?
Oh, yeah.
How I like to do it. Always believe in the Murky. I know Poppin cost me a lot of points this match. I really believed in All Blacks, and they just couldn't get the... I'm still number 1, that's all that matters. Yeah, all Blacks couldn't quite get that. Couldn't quite get the macro, struggling with choosing when to take the team fights. I think even in both games, choosing when for Blaze to leave the Murky, come for the fight, get a bit coordinated. I think quite often the fights were at times where it was in HandsUp's favour.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So even though All Blacks had really nice comps, they just didn't quite they didn't utilize it. They weren't playing their game. They were having to be very responsive to what the other team were doing.
Yeah. Right. If you are ready, we can head across to the interview room now, where Squeaky is waiting for us.
Head in there now.
Hello.
Hello.
What's up?
Yo.
How's it going? Well done on your victory.
Yep, GG.
Are you am I gonna go to a very weird place to start off. Those smash plates between the first game and the second game. Was that sheer joy at the Diva comp winning?
No. Obviously, a Diva win is something to celebrate, but it was just unfortunate. Plates.
Fair enough. So the Diva comp's obviously a strategy you've pulled out before, and it did look quite coordinated. Is there kind of a few, shall we say, more cheesy comps that you guys are practicing together?
I mean, the Diva comp is Diva is something I've always played and something I've always enjoyed, and it is a hero I feel that is extremely underrated, especially on Infernal Shrines, where you can just control the shrines for free with the explosion. So the draft itself is just aimed around controlling the shrine with Diva Bomb and Earthquake. We also expected them to first pick the Johanna, so we decided to open with the Honor unit to have kill pressure on the Johanna as well.
Yeah.
Which
But you went on
really
to
worked out.
respect ban the Johanna in the next game.
Yes, since they did ban the Jaina, which removed a lot of our kill pressure on the Johanna, which made it so that we didn't have many options anymore for a Johanna if they were to pick it. So I decided that it was better to just ban it. And it also left me open to go ETC.
Yeah.
Since he's very awkward into Johanna.
Yeah. Yeah, I play main tank, so normally if I'm playing ETC, I look to get rid of the Johanna as well. And I did say when we saw the Johanna ban, I thought it might be that either you were going for a heavy auto attack comp or that it countered your strategy in some way. What were your concerns with the Murky when you saw the Varian? Did you think there was a chance that Varian might go smash and just try to repeatedly delete the Murky, or were you not too worried?
I don't think that was a concern for us. We noticed very quickly that they didn't have much wave clear at all to deal with the Murky, especially when they picked the Blaze. Like, Blaze would literally uninstall the game into a Murky. And Mince is a Murky connoisseur. He always looks for his opportunities to play the Murky, so I really wanted to give him that opportunity, and it worked out really well. So
well done. I'm going to have to quickly go. So, Poffin, do you want to ask some questions? My girlfriend's locked herself out, and I'm going to
Okay.
her out the door. So, I'll be back in a second.
Well, damn, I'm not prepared with questions. Umek does all the talking, so... I'm really unprepared. Bear with me 1 second. Brainstorming.
Sorry, I'm back.
He's back. Okay, carry on talking. Here's Umek.
Very quick. Just getting my head back in it. Obviously, it's that second game. The double bribe on Murky and Fullstad. Again, is that something you've practiced to kind of get that macro control, or is that a happy coincidence of kind of the
we are a very macro-oriented team in general. Team fighting is not necessarily our strongest suit, so we tend to lean more towards macro in terms of how we play our games. But the Falstad pick was not necessarily for the double bribe itself. It was more so that we were scared of Nano just running us over. So we wanted some sort of disengage if needed. And then we just happened to have double bribe, which
and
really well.
You definitely got that gust value, both in the team fights, because obviously they had a lot of kind of blow up pressure on you on the ETC. You always managed to get out with that sliver of health. But certainly,
it turns out sliding into 5 people and missing your slide makes you almost die. So shout out to Nova for saving my booty.
I mean, especially when you've got a taunt variant, which is just that guaranteed counter CC, you're in a bit of trouble. Malfurion roots obviously as well going a long way to just kind of shut down their engage. Obviously Malfurion normally is a healer, not that bursty, so not able to save people. But yeah, if you've got a root and you can just walk out. Did those Tassadar force walls make you feel a bit nervous every time one went down behind?
I'll be honest, Tass was slightly a pain in the ass, but oh wait, we're on stream. I think that's fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
But yes, force wall is very annoying to play around. Actually, I was debating banning the hero since I honestly feel he's just slightly overtuned at the moment, but I felt like there were more terrifying heroes out there.
Yeah. I mean, well played. I imagine we might see that similar comp again in the future. But yeah, I enjoyed your comps. Well played on the macro as well. You could tell that was definitely a strong suit for you. Do you have any shout outs you want to do?
Shout out to Alex the Progi for teaching me everything I know. Shout outs to my teammates, Caesar, Nova, Mintz, and Roberto. Follow my Twitch, twitch.tv/squeakyweek. Plug. Support Heroes Lounge. That's all, I think.
Cool, that's excellent. So that's all from me. Poppin, if you have anything else.
Nope, that's it. Well played.
That's it.
That was fun to
Cool,
watch.
yeah. Well played, and we'll head on out now. So see you soon.
Thanks for the cast.
Cool. Cheers.
Yeah.
See you later.
Bye.
See ya.
And we're back.
Poppin.
I was not prepared. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I want to say first of all, sorry.
That's fine.
for
Is
running.
she
That was
okay?
quick.
Is she okay? Most importantly.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose last minute thoughts. They were clearly more dominant on the macro, and I think as we had said, macro kind of was where All Blacks had been let down in their previous game. So it was almost like the strong point of HandsUp was against the weak point of All Blacks, and it really was where they then dominated. So yeah, I mean, it was quite entertaining to watch. I always appreciate the slightly more cheesy comps. So yeah, maybe we should be casting a bit more of HandsUp, see more Murky, see more Diva main tank. It's always fun.
Yeah, we'll keep an eye out.
But yeah, I think that's it. I think I'm ready for the stream to end. Thanks everyone for watching.
Yeah, thank you everyone. See you again soon, probably.
Cool.
Cool.
See ya.
Cheers. Bye.
Bye.